In Pashas Kedoshim, we learn that we have to rebuke one who transgressed an avera. We also learn we should love our fellow Jew. Today we tell an amazing story that the Ben Ish Chai writes in his Sefer Niflaim Ma'asecha about the Shlah Hakadosh, Rabbi Shai Levi Horowitz. The Shlah Hakadosh, it says in Sefer Seder HaDoros, had the spark from Rus HaMoaviyah. And the reference to this is in the entire Megillah Rus. All the psukim start with the letter Vav, except 8 psukim. They start with the letters Lamed, Yud, Shin, Ayin, Yud, Hey, and Beis, and Aleph to tell you Liishaya Bo, that the neshama, spark, reincarnation in some way, Avrus came into Yeshaya, into the Shlah HaKodosh. The Shlah is named so for his Sefer Shnei Luchos Habris. The Shlah HaKodosh was a Rosh Yeshiva. He had many students and they always were in his house. They felt very comfortable there. But one day, his household members saw that very expensive gold spoons were missing. And they started looking for it. And they didn't find him, but they suspected a certain guy, one of the guys from the yeshiva, that he took him. And they looked through his things, and in fact, they found those spoons there. This was very embarrassing to this student, and he went away. He was so upset that they didn't judge him favorably, and he went off the derech, so much so, he opted out of Yiddishkeit. This young man started doing business and became very rich. Nobody knew he was Jewish, and he became the minister who was in charge of taxation in Israel. And in the year Shin Pei, the Shlah HaKodesh lost his wife and he decided to make Aliyah to Eretz Yisrael, and he did. He was on the boat, came to the city of Yafo. When they all came off the boat, the minister himself was there to verify each person that comes into the land, and then he suddenly saw his old Rebbe, the Shlah HaKodesh, Ish Eloikim. He recognized him immediately. The Shlah HaKodesh didn't recognize the minister, who was at this time very, very rich, lived in a big palace. And suddenly this minister says to the old rabbi, to the Shlah HaKodesh, why don't you come with me to my palace? And he gave him a lot of honor and respect that nobody could understand. How come this goy is honoring this rabbi? The Shlah HaKodesh agreed. He went with him to his palace. And the Shlah HaKodesh started showing him his entire palace, gave him a lot of respect. And then he found an excuse how to send the people who were in the palace away. So he stayed alone with the Shlah HaKodesh. At this point, the minister says to the Shlah HaKodesh, why don't you come with me down to the basement? I want to show you something. They go down to the basement, and suddenly the Shlah HaKodesh sees that the minister's face has changed. He looks like a murderer. And he takes out a huge knife, and he says to the Shlah HaKodesh, I'm about to slash your face. I'm going to kill you, so you better confess to your God. The Shlah HaKodesh fell, and he says, what in the world did I do to you? I don't even know you. What is my sin? And he said, you better confess now, because you're going to die. The Shlah HaKodesh said, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, and he davened that at least he will be able to be buried in Eretz Yisrael, in a regular burial. At this point, the Shlah HaKodesh is waiting for his knife to touch his neck, but suddenly the minister starts smiling, and with a soft voice he says, Rebbe, please get up, get up. The Shlah HaKodesh looks at him. What is this all about? And the minister says, please forgive me for what I just did to you now, but I had to do it because I was afraid. You were such a tzaddik. And the Gemara in Yevamos Kuf Chaf says HaKodesh Baruch Hu was very strict with his tzaddikim. HaKodesh Baruch Hu was medakdek im tzaddikim kechut asara. I was afraid. When you go upstairs after 120, perhaps he will have some claim on you because of what you did. Even though you were right, but I ultimately went off the derech, big time. I opted out. I am, and he told him his name. Do you remember the Maisa with the spoons, gold spoons that you found in my bag? And the Shlah HaKodesh remembered. Says the minister, I was so afraid something will happen to you upstairs in Dinei Shamayim, and therefore I hope that what I did for you, to you now, this suffering that you had to endure, atones for that. And in Dinei Shamayim, when you go upstairs, you will be rewarded only with good things. Says the Ben Ishra, you see from here how careful you have to be, how sensitive you have to be, even if you are right, not to cause any person sorrow, embarrassment. We have to be so sensitive to the feelings of others.